Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Ahdoom, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, Crimson Court, where we're going to be having a good old bash in the Warrens, trying to unlock a boss on a short map with a lovely, lovely dodge trinket for an antiquarian being unlocked as a result. We've got a bit of a mixed bag party. It's not named because no one has done this mix. Well, it's not a mix that's been built on purpose by any means. We have a leper who's rocking a redemption armlet and a healing armlet as well. Armlet on each arm. He has two arms, he should use them both. Thorell, the epic flagellant, which I've changed up ever so slightly. He's got his exsanguinate ability in place rather than the endure ability, because I've got a jester in my party, just to make things a little bit more fun. And that wonderful Lashes Solves also unlocked when we camp, but that would happen in this map. This guy's rocking a Warrior's Cap and a Dodge Stone, just to make him a bit less squishy in terms of avoiding attacks. His speed is still epic. Next up we have Monfique, the Occultist, who's rocking a Book of Sanity, coupled quite nicely with Junior's Head, so when he rocks himself a heal, he'll do some amazing HP ups, but will not take a debuff as a result. He's got Abyssal Artillery, Weird Construction, Hands from the Abyss, which I can't use in position, and Demon's Pull to boot. Again, not sure how this mix is going to work out. I think I should probably equip a Sacrificial Stab, and I think while I'm here and before I've left, I can afford it, and I should do it. Let's get that going. He's only level 0. We need to get the maximum chance for him to survive. Hands from the Abyss, let's get rid of you, and there we go. Back to the embarkation point. And then finally we have our Cursed Jester, Colville, who's rocking the abilities that you know and love so very well, in addition to a Warrior's Cap and some Fortifying Garlics at a free slot, and hey, why not? With that all said, it's a short map, so there shouldn't be a need to provision too much. That said, we are going to the Warrens, which means a spread of everything is kind of useful, but keys more so than most things. You know what, let's just be super defensive. No, 1 holy water, 2 keys, 1 bandage, stack of torches, stack of food, and because we're bringing a cursed player along, we will bring 2 blood. We only have 7 back in the hamlet, but that should be plenty to feed our other cursed individual, provided he knows how to drink blood vials. While things are loading, I just want to stop and say, hi guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you've stopped by. It's awesome having some people to share this game with me. I have a lot of fun making these episodes. So if you're coming in late, feel free to check out the playlist, which starts at the beginning, so you can see how we've gotten to where we are. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back.
We must first scout the squalid homes.
So we have to do 90% of rooms. We can skip that one. And that may not be a bad call. We can just go all the way around there, and there isn't too much backtracking. In fact, it's the same amount of backtracking. So unless we have any scouting information that tells us to do anything otherwise, we'll carry this thing through. Well, we've justified bringing bandages along in the first curio. Let's see what we get. Stack of food, not too bad. Use that for some heals. No blocking furries. Great dodge in that unseen trap. Absolutely fantastic dodge. And coming to the first doorway, we will torch up before we enter because we have no scouting information. Alright, here's a scout. And we have a curio which we can take and then back up out of, but we may as well just do the room. No, we'll follow the original plan. We will follow the original plan. Create heirlooms. Can definitely use those crests. Generally, crests aren't something that I'm short of, but this time around, I've got a feeling that with the districts, we're going to need crests like no one's business. Wow. Okay. Colville's gone to craving, like, immediately, which is regrettable, but look, let's start things off. He's positioned to be a support unit, and we'll use him accordingly. Given the fact we don't have a surprise, we will do a party buff. Jolly good.
Of skill and purpose.
No chance for an insta-kill on anyone. So we'll have to make do with Sacrificial Stab on the Karen Eater, that I think is going to be the biggest threat to me, because they can, you know, give me diseases and whatnot. Unfortunately, I didn't think that through. I'm going to have to, yeah, do an insta-kill on one of these rebel, which is just fine, and hopefully I will not have to take a turn of damage from this eater. Nope, he's gone, and it's just one rebel left. Bump of the Night drops, but he misses. Great dodge from Thorell the Flagellant. His turn is up first, and let's get that sweet, sweet bleed going. Of course, it's not going to happen, but if I keep hitting him, eventually, it might. Boom. Easy done. Small change picked up, and time to carry on. Torch up before we enter the room, and let's see what we have to see. Now, no, we're going to go this way. That's the plan. Let's head south. Fantastic. And who has the highest chance to disarm? 50, 90, 50, and 60. Yep. Alright. Mr. Jester, do the business. Keep us safe from harm. Some loot in place, and wow, we really have food this we really have food this dungeon. Let's torch up to maximize our chance of surprise.
Clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And get in there. 2 Karen Eaters, a drummer, and a wretch. Drums of Doom drop 1 dodge out of the mix there. Only 2 stress is taken by the party. That stress level is relatively high, but I'm going to start things off with a party buff because I don't have the surprise on these guys and I need the speed.
The blood quickens.
Bissell Artillery is a bit of a no-brainer at this stage. 1 dodge, but 6 damage should make this person susceptible to a kill. Fairly easy to kill these guys in the front rows. Beautiful crit as well. And now everyone is in range of my angry, angry Flagellant. Remote chance for a kill here if the bleed takes. Let's take that chance. 7 damage. Bleed takes, and we will not be having any stress from him in his next turn. That said, that wretch can still do me some stress, but I'm not overly concerned. Great dodge from the occultist. No munch for you. No sorry, Bob. And really comes down to a call for what we should do. These are pretty minor damages, so we can ignore healing for the moment. No chance for an insta-kill on anyone, so we may as well focus on the wretch that has the highest chance of having damage spread causing me aggravation. Only 4 HP, but that isn't too bad at all. Again, the question really comes down to whether I want to be avoiding stress, whether I want to be avoiding... well, actually, these guys have a lower bleed resist. That's the logical call. 4 damage, bleed takes, and he is also dead his next turn. Yep, you're craving. That's okay. That's okay. When you're craving and you're freaking everyone else out, you can also, like, freak everyone else out. Yeah, this is like the girlfriend that tests you, quote-unquote, and then says, I only make you traumatized horribly because I love you. Yeah, it makes no sense. Bad example, probably. I should have fewer martinis before I start capturing games.
Victories mount, so too will resistance.
No problem there. We'll drop a key in place and see what loot we get. And we picked up a... When did we pick up that journal page? Okay, Black as the Fates, page 105. I'm going to wait till I complete all the journals, and I'll do some kind of bizarre, reading / beat poetry / interpretive dance performance. No, you don't need to see that. That's fine. I'm only kidding. Hunger check, and we have so much food that I laugh in the face of hunger checks. Torch up to be radiant, and we have an empty room.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Pressing on. Pack of supplicants! But we've got the jump on them, which is going to count for a lot. Unfortunately, my Jester can do nothing aside from increasing my chance to crit and accuracy and speed. So nothing. Alright, no chance of a kill. If we get this damage on one of the first 2 positions, we can follow things up nicely. Alternatively, we get good damage on the back position. The Abyssal Artillery will take them out. Let's do that. 6 damage, plus 4. I need 2 damage from Abyssal Artillery, or rather, not a miss to get the kill. We'll try and take down a front row supplicant regardless. Beautiful critical hit, and that does ruin my plan of Abyssal Artillery, unfortunately. So instead I'll try a Sacrificial Stab. Yep, okay, so at least 2 of them are gone. Gather the Blood, drops in the Jester. Tough luck, he's already cursed. His life is down by 4 points though, so I might have to be prudent. 3 damage on the... Okay, but he resists. Good. Only craving. Only craving is fine. Let's let's take care of some stress on the occultist, because I get the feeling that we have the speed to jump on these guys regardless.
Perform beyond one's limits.
Supplicant takes the minimum of damage, and 4. I need to get 5 damage done to him, so I think a sacrificial stab is my best call there, and that's just enough. He is absolutely a goner, and the leper to finish things off. Absolutely lovely. Round is done, and no blood is picked up, but that's
These
fine.
nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Nothing in that sack.
The match is struck.
And our torch situation is... actually, it's okay, given context. Get a scout in place. Definitely a need for shovel there. No secret rooms that I can see, but that's completely fine. We will press on here and open that up.
These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
You're just freaking out? Okay, that's fine. As long as you aren't doing anything more destructive, insane, dangerous, unhinged. This just has an obstacle. This at least has a payoff for me, and I'm going to take it. Involves a bit more doubling back, but we'll take what we can get. Crate's empty, and that's fine by me. I think it was a gesture that had the highest... yes, it is. Done and done. Disarmed handily. You know what? Since we have such an abundance of food, we might actually eat some. Not take any chances of their health. And we will press up north. Again, minimal impact on our torch situation, but we'll still torch up regardless. Yep, that's fine. You can hunger check me. Thank you for the free spot in my inventory. And now head towards the Curo and the corridor battle. Okay, Blackest of Fates. This general's going to be pretty collected pretty soon. And here's that battle now. We're in Radiant, 2 Eaters, and a Wretch. Vomit drops on the Flagellant, and that's not a concerning amount of damage. Munch as well in the back row, which unfortunately takes, but no other ill effects. Given where we are in the game, I might just focus on stress healing the Jester rather than party buffing, because I've got pretty good feelings about taking down all the people that matter. Deny that Carrot Eater a turn.
Cleansed from our lands.
Pretty low bleed resist, so we'll make this happen. 4 damage plus 4 to come, and let's try and seal the deal here with... yep, we are all good in the hood there. Just enough damage to hit that guy dead. Let's keep de-stressing if we can. Thank you kindly. And follow things up with, hopefully... up! That's a miss, but it's okay. We have a few supporting turns regardless. 7 damage. No bleed, but that's okay, because we have the speed. We have the speed to make everything work just so. Free key, no chests to come, as we know, but...
Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And I think it's a dungeon. Look, there's one curio. We have a torch left. Let's take the chance on some free something. Otherwise, I spent a lot of money on provisions, and I will have very little to show for it. Now, let's just be safe with the Jester. That's fine. And we'll go as far as a curio. It's probably going to be a nothing. No, pile of bones, and I believe I have holy water. Yes, I do. Nice. What do we get? What do we get? Yeah, pretty mediocre. But it paid for the holy water, I guess. So let's get out of here.
The Swine Folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
Alright, so I think money-wise we've covered our expenses, which is saying something. Pretty okay-ish haul of heirlooms. Coming to a total, it looks like it's going to be about... oh gosh, actually, take that back. That's a comfortable 19 crests, which I need for deeds as well, and that all adds to the total. Benel pops up level 2, which will put him up with Plutomania and Early Riser. Early Riser is just fine for my playstyle. Plutomania is going to be quite annoying, so I'll have to get rid of that as soon as I can. Scattering, yeah, that's kind of annoying, but I think occultists mostly rock melee skills, and Actually, I'll have to check that when I get back to the hamlet. In the meantime, this short dungeon has been a relatively short dungeon, so I might...
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
Okay, more recruits.
All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
I might have some replacements for level 0s that are better than they are, and it's always worthwhile checking. Never don't check your... Yeah, never ignore your stagecoach. Let's have a quick look at Percy. Percy is a witness, healer's gift, and unerring on range skills, which don't really have a bearing for her at all. Had to spend some money to get her a better mix of abilities, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to suffer the sunk cost fallacy too far. Comparing her to Kaylee, known cheat, night owl, and lurker, none of these things are particularly complementary, and I kind of already have that mix of abilities with some minor changes there. Strange powders, not incredible. Curious incantation, not incredible. I can leave that antiquarian behind. The other character I have that's the roster is going to be a grave robber. Is there a grave robber to consider a swap for? The answer is a profound no. Anything else I have a 0 for? Houndmaster. He's an optional Houndmaster, to be honest, because I only picked him up because I like the look of him. Haven't spent any cash on him yet, so I'm free to ditch him if I need to. The question is, what would I rather than a Houndmaster? And the answer is not much. I mean, I love Houndmasters. Now, healer is always useful, but I'm currently rocking 2 Vestals, and Osmond's going to take a while to level out of relevance. Colville, though, is going to be upgrading into a 3 in his next combat, so I could pick up Ginand. Eldritch Hater is pretty useful. You already have most of the abilities that I want. Rune's Probe can be dealt with. Yeah, look, the other option is Segir. Is there a better... I think Houndmasters... No. What am I saying? Houndmen are amazing position 2 guys. They are actually amazing position 2 guys. I might just leave things as things are, to be honest, because everyone else looks pretty, so-so. Yeah, let's disregard this opportunity for new recruits and instead focus on the things that matter, which are, and again, this is very important, making my people less squishy. That was the wrong thing to do. Darrell doesn't need that right now. I'll pay off eventually. Right, who got an upgrade? Did anyone get an upgrade? Yes, okay, Montefet. Sacrificial Stab, Abyssal Artillery, Winter Construction, and... let's leave Demon's Pull alone. All it does is give you a slightly higher move chance. It's 200. Let's pay for it. Okay, that's taken care of. Now, no one else has any upgrades in train, unless I'm horribly mistaken. What we can do is try and pick another short mission. Not going to go for the Swine Prince this time, because I'm going to be taking this guy with a pack of level 2s. And actually, I have a pack of level 2s. These are a pack of level 2s. And they're actually a pretty good pack of level 2s, to be honest. Again, every single person can hit the back row. Combination would probably be better with Osmond rather than Montefet, so I can swap. Actually, let's remove these trinkets first. Do this switcheroo and swap those 2 guys around, and that's actually probably a better party mix, slightly. Again, let's increase her HP, and you can take the stress, because I need you to do some actual serious heals for going into a boss bash. Yup. Let's keep it rolling. Let it ride. Let it ride. Let's hope to golly gosh I haven't made the wrong choice before I press on and kill the Swine Prince. Actually, what am I doing? I need to hit the front row. Let's go back to that party and see. Front row. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Equally good. No problem there. Let's see if there are any quirks that I can or should get rid of. Thin-blooded is pretty annoying on Belcott. that is actually a combat affecting quirk. Pusho, Plutomania, but you're going to be in combat. Dacnomania, can leave that. Where were you? Where were you? Okay, Bellicott, Fin-Blooded, let's get rid of that if we can. Done. And done. I could spend more money. Does anyone have any, like, anything annoying like Zoophobia or Montic Fed isn't going along. Scattering. Any range skills? That's ranged. Okay, let's take care of that. Done. Done. Prudent round. Prudent round. Prudent round. Nothing else to do that I can think of. Nope. Okay, let's provision up and get into this dungeon. I will bring 2 blood because this unfortunate soul is already feeling a craving. We will bring along 2 bandages, 2 shovels. No holy water? Actually, before I make that call, let's do a double check in the Warrens. Refer to Karamazul's handy dandy cheat sheet. In the Warrens, it just gives you cash. Yeah, I can live without that. I can bring more medicinal herbs instead, and Rack of Blades seems to come up pretty often as well. Look, bleed attacks are a thing, so instead of bringing holy water, we'll bring 2 of these, slightly more in the way of medicinal herbs. Yes, slightly more in the way of medicinal herbs. Torch stack and a half. Swap that doober around. Food, 4, and do the same. Hope that's enough of the blood. Haven't forgotten anything? No. No, we look good. Alright. Let's march on.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master. Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality.
So you chose pigs.
The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly.
On the pigs. Okay. So you have necromancers in the ruins, they raise the dead in the warrens, and then you have hags and bandits in the Weald, and sirens and pirates in the...
A testament to my failures.
It's a strange old world.
Be destroyed.
Okay, so I like this map because it's really, really straightforward. I can make a beeline to where I know the boss is going to be, and then clean up whatever I feel like afterwards, depending on whether or not I want to carry on and if I have the provisions for it. I actually quite like killing the Swine Prince. It's one of the few... Whoops! Trap. Not dodged. Some damage. Some stress. Wasting. Okay, you're wasting now? Get back to normal. Okay, I fixed your itch. You won't be sick.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Great scouting. And... I mean, shovels exist to be used, or I can just ignore them. It's the whole thing. I can just ignore them. And then go straight to the boss and then make up my mind. And that actually makes better sense than just taking a prescribed route that I've decided on in advance just because I said so. Okay, torch up and press on.
The promise of safety.
And one more cure to come. Just more books. Those are horrible. They never give me anything good. Just leave them the heck alone.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Just as I was saying, I love killing the Swine Prince. It's a fun boss bash.
Are often low on supplies.
But it's not too hard a boss bash, if that makes sense.
Is struck.
I'm not going to heal up.
Actually,
I will. No, I won't. I've got a Vestal. She can spread heals. Okay, Swine Prince.
A travesty. A blundering.
No chance for an intro, unfortunately. Just take the marks immediately. Alright, so we have a moment of peace. So the Swine Prince. The trick for the Swine Prince is to leave Wilbur alone. I made a video about this probably about a week and a half ago. Most views and time watched of any video I've ever made. Just leave Wilbur alone. The reason why you leave Wilbur alone is, if you hit the Swine Prince, he goes, "Ow, you hit me," and then he takes his turn, and he hits you back. If you hit Wilbur, the Swine Prince hits you automatically. If you kill Wilbur, the Swine Prince, he loses his marbles. He just goes completely loco, and things don't work out for you. It's a very, very bad time. Just don't do it. Okay? Just don't do it. Open things up. We have the Leper as the first turn. He's down by a bit of health, but I'm not too worried. This chap's Protect is not immense. So reducing his prot isn't necessarily amazing, but reducing his damage is pretty good. Alternatively, I can do some pretty epic damage. And even though I don't have any buffs in place, I think I'll just start with damage. So glad I called that. Epic crit for 31. Alright, next up. His bleed resist, because he's only a prince, is nothing. So, get the bleeds going. Oh, amazing. 4 damage for 5 turns. Dear God. Alright, let's keep that pain train rolling. Only 5 damage, but, again, 8 damage coming through next turn. Some people have some damage, but, I mean, there's nothing wrong with us doing more. Alternatively, I could just do a party heal. No, actually not. 5 health. That's fine. Let's top up the Leper. So 8 bleed comes on. He goes to Blue-Ray Masses because we're marked. 21 damage on the Flagellant. And if Wilbur puts him on Death Door, really? Okay. Okay. So you know how I was confident and calm and feeling really, really happy of myself? Yeah, no. I got too cocky. Let's drop a heal. It's going to reduce my damage, reduce my dodge, reduce my speed, but you know what? I need to live. Alternatively, I could heal myself, and I could do epic bleeds. And this is why I take Exsanguinate to boss bashes. 5 damage, 12 health up, 14 bleeding next turn, and we're looking shiny. Let's keep Slice Off going, just to add damage there. Beautiful crit for 8. And this guy's rocking 18 damage. Next turn, only got 67 hit points left. We've taken a few hits as a Leper, but I'm going to leave that alone for them because we need to start getting some hits down. 13 damage this time, not the crit for 32, but that's just fine by me. This guy is still marked for a turn, so we'll definitely heal him up one more time. That's up by 7. 18 bleed. I've never given anyone 18 bleed before. That's insane. And you've done me a favor by knocking me back down below 50% again. Man, you just are a glutton for punishment. This is insane. Speaking of insane, let's get that bleed even higher. 6 damage, not too bad. 22 bleed. Alright, let's Exsanguinate and heal. Only 4 damage, but 28 bleed? That's insane. Like, he's dead next turn because he's going to take an entire Wilbur's worth of hit points and more. Like a Wilbur and a half of damage. Oh, it's so nuts. That's so nuts. Alright, he's gone. I'm just going to heal up. And then when he dies in his next turn, I'll take on Wilbur. Done. That's nuts. Okay, squeal happens. That's, you know, minor. Okay, some people are stressed. Yeah, no problems. I can take that. And I think this is going to be a one-hit kill. Well, no, it's a dodge. Too confident. Too confident. Punish. 3 damage and some bleeds on the way. That bleed resist, though, that's, well, it's always been 0. Wilbur keeps reeling. No stuns on anyone. Given that it's the turn to Faf, I will take the turn to Faf. All I have to do is kill one little piggy that just deals me some minor stress damage, so we may as well address some of that stress as it comes. And that's a kill we were looking for before. Wow, that was a really... I want to say it was an easy kill, but that Flagellant changes things up. When you smack him, not only does he smack you back, he heals. It's... I don't have the words to describe how bizarre the Flagellant is. I just don't have the words. Corridor battle, we're feeling fine, and we get the surprise as well because we're in Radiant. Let's make short work of these guys. That Karen Eater is a goner. no whacking furries there. Drop a stun in the back row to keep that drummer out of play for a short while. Yup, he's out of action. Let's faff the Jester and take care of some stress. Yep, feeling good about this, feeling good. And with the Flagellant, we will punish this Carrion Eater, hopefully to death. Nope, not quite good enough. They'll probably get a strike in regardless. Yep, munch the Flagellant. Just don't get me down below 50% health, otherwise you will see a bad time. You will see a very bad time. Keep de-stressing here because reasons. Beautiful. And let's drop some damage in the back row. Can probably finish him off with arts. He's already dead. Already dead. Minor stress, minor damage. He's already dead. And Vestal will drop a party heal. Up by 4, 4, 4, and 5, which is pretty awesome. 2 characters can be topped off. Great dodge. And let's finish things off. 21 damage. Done and dusted. Probably get the first move in, which is going to be utterly irrelevant. We're just going to be, like, taking care of spare change stress. Oh, it's so good when you beat a boss, and it's just... It's so nice when everything just works, you know? It's just so nice when everything works. You know, you build a plan, you think about balancing a party, you find some synergies. I'm not claiming that I'm some kind of, like, Darkest Dungeon genius. I'm not. Not at all. But it's just nice when a plan works, you know? No surprise this time around, but that doesn't mean we can't do some sweet, sweet damage. Let's start things off with a party buff to amp our speed and hopefully get ahead of most of these munching Carrion Eaters. Drums of Doom drops regardless. Minor damage across the board and a smidgen of stress. Not that stress is a particular priority for me at the moment. 3 damage on the Jester, but no other ill effects. 2 damage on the Vestal, and a Blight. I think a party heal is in order, but let's deny this Carrion Eater its turn. Carrying things forward. No chance for an insta-kill, but we can do a chain bleed, so why wouldn't we? 1 damage and bleed resists are reduced substantially. You're down by 5, you're down by 5. Look, let's just do another party heal. Only 3s, but no complaints there at all. And turn resets. Time to drop another Rain of Sorrows. Lovely jubbly. We could de-stress, but what's the point? Let's just take one of them out, and he's dead in his next turn from terrible, terrible bleeding. Another party heal just to top people off, and push away that blight damage. Carrion Eater is gone. Munch on the... Ooh, critical. And a blight to boot. Heavy stress, but no real concerns. That blight... Yeah, haven't picked up an anti-venom, that's fine. Let us just kill you now. I think our Flagellant can take care of this drummer in the next turn with no problems at all. Vestal's marked, but who is she marked against? I ask you. Self-heal. Stress heal, probably. Yeah, let's faff stress away. And go for the finishing blow with the... Yep, Flagellant. Yep, definitely dead. No way around it. And gone.
This is how a life is taken.
Sweet, sweet trinkets. Okay, what are we to do? What are we to do? Those deeds are worth a lot to me, but I could drop some stuff. Bandages are pretty useful here, and I need the shovels. Skeleton keys will come in handy. Carapace Idol is fantastic for an antiquarian. Blight Charm, not so much. Jade is worth more. Yeah, okay. Let's drop that and pick a good time to camp real soon. In fact, that real soon could be now. Actually, let's go down this way, double back, and then go here, and then consider options. That feels right to me. Okay, that Curio. Let's just double check Karamazul's cheat sheet again. Let's quickly do. So, occult scrollings, it's just a pretty bad chance at everything. That's fine. Ignore those. Just thought for a second there might be something that I can deal with bandages. Radiant Light, 3 slashers, let's kill the first one.
Another one.
Alright, let's consider killing the next one. That's going to be... Nah, there we go. Nice. The hook where it hurts. Oh, epic crit! Epic crit. Alright, let's focus some heals. Not bad. 7 up.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And let's seal the deal. 5 damage plus a healthy bleed, and this chappie is dead in his first turn, which leaves me nothing to do but faff. So I'll waste a turn. I'll do the best I can, just find the best opportunities to occupy as much time before this guy dies on his own recognizance. Yep, heal there, 6 up, and that Jester is healthily topped off, and we are back to first positions. Oh, really?
Unforgiving.
Sapphires are good. Let's... Am I even going to camp? Like, my stress is fine, I don't have any buffs I need to make. Like, what's the point? Let's just turf this. That makes sense to me. Quick re-juggle back to the right positions and keep things going. Torch up and press on. Double back down the way and avoid the obstacle. I don't know why I bothered with that, because I have shovels I need to get rid of. That was really daft of me, to be honest. I'm just a strange person, you know. I make mistakes sometimes. I'm just human, like everyone. Jester will probably have the best chance. Yes, sir, Bob. Alright, let's take care of that with... Alright. That happens.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Not, you know, like catastrophic by any measure. Torch up and get into the treasure room. I'm just literally... At this stage of the dungeon, it's just faffing. Bloodletter, Cutthroat, and Fusilier. Let's get things started with some sweet, sweet bleeds where they'll count, which is to say on everyone. Nicely done. Big smack on the Bloodletter because that's the best choice I can make at this stage. Could try and go for the kill. There's a pretty good chance they'll get it. Well, actually, there isn't. Maximum 7 damage plus an extra 4. No chance in hell. Better odds on the Cutthroats. Let's take those now. And, yep, he's a goner in his own turn. Sorry. Bit of a mistake there. Fusilier is in range. Landing fire drops down. But it's a quadruple dodge, which is just fine in my books. 50% chance to stun. Let's take it. Worst comes to worst, we do a damage. And, yeah, look, it all takes. That works out fantastically. Turn denied, and we go back to the start. Let's repeat the last operation, 4 and 4, and that bleed is now enough to be terminal. Let's call for Fusilier. Yep, that Fusilier is dead already.
A fiend falls. A faint hope blossoms.
Buff ourselves. Sure. Heal ourselves. Sure. Yep.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yep. Not too shabby. You know, I'm less worried about shovels because I've already made some silly mistakes. I may as well just avoid the need to use them. Drop a key in place and see what we have behind this chest, and everything stacks. Fortunately, let's double back and carry on down this way and see what we can see. I'm concerned this episode's going to run really, really long. It's going to take me like a million years on my slow, miserable Australian internet to actually upload this, but there you go. I don't mind. Like, Sydney is actually, I have to say, like, as someone that was born overseas and has lived overseas in many, many countries, I would not live anywhere other than Sydney, Australia. It is one of the most lovely, beautiful, and fun places I've ever lived. But that has nothing at all to do with the Darkest Dungeon. So I'll get back on topic, carry on through, and take the chance of this trap with the Jester, who's feeling a bit less stressed as a result. Open up that pack, but it is empty before we even knew it. No, there's no blood hidden in there. Come on, Colville, you're fine. Empty room and no scouting, so we are going to have to just press on and see what we can see. Another hunger check, which means the next hunger check, it's time for us to book. Great dodge. Great dodge. One more torch and press on down. Let's see what we have behind this door. Bunch of spiders. These guys can be really problematic sometimes, I find. Let's focus on this guy here. Right, he's dead.
Continue the onslaught.
That was lucky.
Destroy.
Spit will take regardless. 3 damage, and is there a blight? There's a blight. And a debuff. Okay, that's frustrating.
Panic.
Let's focus on this spitter and try and deny him a turn. Great, he's a goner. Bite will take on the Jester. 2 damage, and any malice? No, he resists everything. Fantastic. Alright, let's drop a chop in the front row. Boom.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
He's dead in his own turn, and we go back to resets. Let's stun him if we can. Fantastic, so we have the freedom to faff should we choose to, and we will choose to, at least for the Jester's turn. Just to keep that stress level down on the leper, who's down to 8, 17 stress on the flagellant, which is slightly concerning, but let's just finish things off now.
This expedition at least promises.
Right, need crests. Let's check the scouting. Yeah, okay. Need crests, need deeds. Can't see any treasure rooms coming up, so we'll drop that key. Yeah, that's the go. Head north, that curio room, probably nothing. Leave that Shambler all to the hell alone. I mean, I know that Shambler's dropped some pretty sweet things, but I don't feel... Actually, you know what? Our health is in a good situation. We can get out immediately afterwards. If we have to retreat, we can. Should we take a Shambler? I mean, is it too much to kill a boss, raid his dungeon, and kill a Shambler at the same time? I think I might be making a horrible mistake, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to give it a try. I haven't actually intentionally summoned a Shambler in ever. Like, I made the mistake of oh, a torch goes here. Yeah, I'll do that. Once. But he only has 77 HP. I can take this guy. Alright, yeah, okay, that's fine. You can have cravings. Everyone's got cravings. Sure. Let's do it. The Shambler bleeds. And, more importantly, we've just learned the Flagellant can advance multiple positions, which is epic. Well, it's not epic, it's just very useful. Let's do some damage. 9. Not too shabby. Can we stun this guy? No chance in hell. That's fine. We'll just do some damage directly. 4. Not bad. It's on 61. Great. Undulating withdrawal. Why was I so afraid of these guys? Shambler, Sycophant, Shambler, Sycophant. I can take these guys. Claw Clapper, 5 damage. Okay, that's potentially a problem. We're taking some stress. That's okay. 4. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, I can deal with you. You're a pussycat. All right, let's reduce your bleed resist. Yes, that took just the way I wanted it to. Let's keep the bleeds going. Beautiful critical for 6 as well. Hopefully that reduces everyone's stress. 12 damage coming the next turn, which is, again, it's fine by me. These guys have plus 50% damage for rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds. Let's drop a party heal or a focused heal. Focused heal on the leper, I think. Yep. Up by 6 and you're topped off. Undulating withdrawal.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Okay. Some stress, but pretty minimal overall. Pretty good chance to kill one of these sycophants as well, so let's just take one out. Well, he dodges. That's fair enough. He's got high speed, high dodge. Alright. Keep doing stress. That's fine. Doing the Vestal as well. That's fine. You spread it out. That's fine. I'm going to keep hitting the back row. Man, 16 bleed. That's just nasty. It's punishing. 20 bleed damage next turn. That's insane. Okay. Everyone's slightly damaged, so let's do a party heal. Critical on the Flagellant, which is just fine by me. Let's try for the kill on the front row. Yep, these guys are really dodgy. That wasn't a pun intended. Undulating withdrawal again. 1 damage to everyone. Some blights drop, but you know what? If I just get this kill and get whatever it is that he drops, I don't even know what he drops, to be honest, which is insane. Then mean, he's already dead. Oh, critical 15. That's worrisome. Okay. Let's self-heal here. Up by 8, which is just fine. We know that this Shambler is already dead, so not sure if these guys will die when he does. Let's deal with some of the stress. Oh, I chose the wrong guy. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Not quite on half-life yet. We know that you're dead, so let's try this on a sycophant. Okay, that takes, and at least he'll be dead in 2 turns. Let's see if we can make him dead sooner. Yes, okay, so this sycophant is dead next turn. The Shambler is dead. That's an achievement I didn't know existed. Alright. Some more stress on... Yep, okay. And we've got this, I think. We have got this. 1 damage. The bleed takes, though. Let's de-stress the Vestal, who's going to have to spend a bit of time in the sanitarium, I imagine. 12, 11, 17. Let's drop a party heal, because these blights are only for 2. Nice critical as well, which is prudent on the girl of the hour. This guy's dead in this next turn. We're done. Nice.
So too will resistance.
Nice. Nice trinket. Extra HP, more food consumed. Not a great deal of extra stress, that's fine. And everything stacks. Where we've gone dark, but I think... Yeah, we're in dim, but we're alive. Yeah, I think we can keep the fight going, to be honest. But let's... I mean, if we keep the fight going, and if we get lucky, and if we faff just the right way, we can reduce the stress level. And that's not a bad call. That's not a bad call. And I can always run away. Yeah, these guys are so low level. Like, I can make this work for me. That's fine. Just keep one alive and waste turns incessantly. Should party here regardless, because it gives you the maximum chance for criticals. That's fine, you can ignore that heal. Everyone else gets happy. Who has the highest stress? Yep, definitely the Vestal. Great. Keep things going. Munch on the Vestal. Oh! I could live to regret this. No! Good dodge. Good dodge. Alright, let's start denying them turns. Really remote chance to get the kill here. Not gonna happen. Can't guard her. Maybe I was too cocky? Maybe, he says. Maybe he was too cocky. He was too cocky. I was too cocky. This is ridiculous. Okay. Don't munch. No, no, no. Good dodge. Good dodge. Okay. Let's keep dealing with your stress problems. It's okay, dearie. We'll make this through. We'll make this through. Keep... The AI isn't stupid. Alright, that's Death's Door. And she could be dead from Blight next turn. Let's retreat. Damn it. Who's next? No! No! Okay, I got greedy. And now I have to finish this combat. I have to beat these guys now to not lose Junior's head. Need to finish this combat. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I got cocky. I got greedy, and I got killed. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Why did I carry on? She was a good Vestal. She was a kind Vestal. No, she was okay. She was okay. But I had spent some cash on her, and I regret wasting the time and the energy. Let's keep dealing with your unpleasantness. And hopefully finishing blow. Yes. Oh. Junior's had everything we keep.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
this uncommon trumps this common. That journal page does not trump any of these things. I can leave that behind. Well, I can leave that behind, that's for sure. Alright, that's match. I made a bad decision. I got overconfident. I made a bad decision. That was a bad call. Oh well. Almost 10,000 in gold. 20 crests, 6 deeds, 8 portraits and 2 busts. In total. Osmond, the Vestal, is dead. Wouldn't be Darkest Dungeon without casualties, right? Bonnell picks up Fear of the Unholy, which is just terrible. Wheeled Adventurer is fine. Clavel jumps level 3 and is an early riser, which works just fine for my playstyle. And I will be salty later. I have no one to blame but myself.
Woe to the sheep. Or does the absence of the shepherd not invite the wolves?
Alright, in the meantime, we have some reduced cost de-stressing, which I might just take advantage of with a few of these guys. Scattering is gone, Thin Blood is gone. Sydney has controlled the urges of their Crimson Curse for now, which I assume means that he's taken... Wait, hold on. No, he's still cursed. It hasn't cured him, he's just probably had some blood. Wish I could see the blood, the amount of blood that I had. But that isn't to be, unfortunately. Cash situation isn't amazing. All sorts of problems to worry about. Transept is fine. Penance Hall is full, because the Caretaker is enjoying whipping himself, which is a bit regrettable. Cloister is free and available, but unfortunately this chap can't use it. Bonnell can, though. So we'll at least take advantage of that cheap heal. And I will do the rest of my back of house fiddling, housekeeping, and faffing in a moment. But first I'll visit Osmond, who was slain by a vile swine drummer in week 17 because of my own damn stupidity. Oh well. I'll have to learn from my mistakes, I have to get better, I have to get good, and I have to keep going until I complete every achievement, kill every boss, level up all classes, and beat the Darkest Dungeon, finally. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, if you're still watching and you're coming through late, I'll throw up a link thing on the screen for the playlist so you can start from the beginning. If you've already liked these videos, I thank you. If you haven't, take the moment now. Subscribe as well. And once again, I'm Ahdoom. Despite my disappointment, I will catch you guys next time.